Welcome to the Executive Presence Spotlight Series, where we shine a light on how executive presence is actually generated. Hi, my name is Joe Kwon, the Connection Counselor, and I'm wondering, what do you think about when you hear the term executive presence? And who do you think of when you hear executive presence? Who really embodies executive presence to you? Take a moment and just conjure someone, right? That person could be at work, could be someone famous that you just really feel, wow, like I would follow that person anywhere, right? And then after you have that feeling, think about, why does that matter? Why would that matter to you? And why might you want more executive presence? I have a theory. Hear me out for a second. A lot of people tend to get stuck at a certain point in their career. They become highly skilled, they're highly valued, they get great reviews. Bosses tell them, oh man, we really need you. We can't do this without you. But there's a catch. They never seem to get above a certain level. And the harsh thing is, you see other people come in from outside the company, or maybe even people you trained, and you start to see them leapfrog you, right? And you wonder, how is it that my bosses can say, I'm so great and that I'm so valuable, but I'm not given the chance to lead? Why is that happening? And my theory is it has less to do with your skills and the value you provide, because those have been acknowledged time and time again, and more to do with people's confidence in your ability to lead. So I believe most people sort of reach the top of their career, not based on how many skills they have or certifications or degrees, but really on their ability to inspire confidence in the people who are making those decisions as to who gets those raises and promotions, whether you are the one who should be leading others, or whether it's a colleague or maybe even just a stranger who came in, who they have more confidence in for whatever reason. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I know a lot of people have experienced that. So, okay, let's say you buy this and you're saying, great, Joe, need more executive presence. How do I get it? Well, let's say you talk to someone who you know who has a lot of executive presence, and you ask them about it and say, how do I get more executive presence? Chances are they're not really going to give you an answer that's helpful to you. Not because they don't care, not because they don't want to share, but they probably don't really understand how it's being generated, right? It may just be something that they organically have learned to do or have kind of always had. That doesn't help you, right? You need to understand how to generate executive presence. Like if you wanted to learn how to hit a better golf shot, and you went to a golf pro and you said, hey, how do you hit that golf shot? And they said, I don't know. I aim at the ball, I loosen my muscles, I relax, I twist my hips, and I hit it. That's not really going to help you generate a beautiful golf swing. So what we're going to do in this Spotlight series is we're actually going to break down how to generate executive presence, so you will have the opportunity to go as far as you want in your career, not based just on your technical ability, but also based on people's confidence in your ability to lead. Which brings us to our definition of executive presence, which talks about how it's actually generated. Okay, it's not your tone of voice, it's not how slowly you speak or how well you dress or any of those things. If you think that those are the things that generate executive presence and you try to emulate them, you may have small degrees of success, but you're not really generating it. It's just more you're sort of at the edges of it and pieces of it. So we want to understand, what is the actual mechanism that makes people say, you know what, I choose you, Pikachu, or whoever, instead of someone else to lead this next assignment or this next opportunity. So the definition, which really shows how this works, is executive presence is the ability to inspire confidence that you can lead well in a given situation. I'll give it one more time. Executive presence is the ability to inspire confidence that you can lead well in a given situation. So let's take a look at just some high-level parts of that definition, right? First is it's executive presence, not executive doing. It's how people feel about you. So it doesn't really matter what you do or how you do it if it doesn't result in people feeling confidence that you can be a great leader. The second thing is it's very context specific, right? So it's in a given situation. So imagine you walk into a boardroom and there's a CEO there, and they're talking about things and they seem to have this great knowledge, and they just seem really at ease no matter what happens. And everyone's like, wow, this person has great executive presence, right? Well, I should hope so. They're the CEO, they're in the boardroom. It's not a given, right? But you would think that that would be pretty natural. Now take that same CEO, him or her, and put him on a boat, right? You're on a boat, the boat's sinking, right? Who has more executive presence in that situation? Is it the captain of the boat, or maybe even the lowliest deckhand who's been sailing for like 40 years and was in the Marines and the Navy, and they're like, this is what we need to do, A, B, and C, handing out assignments? Does that person inspire confidence, or does the CEO who has no experience with ships and is maybe seasick or just freaking out because, oh my God, they don't know how to swim, right? So it's also very context specific. Now you may be asking, okay, Joe, how do we get to executive presence? How do we change the way people feel about us, and how do we inspire their confidence that we can lead in a given situation? Well, I'm so glad you asked. We're going to explore that in the episodes that follow. This is a 10-part series, and this is the first in the series. So I'm going to go over in the next several episodes what I like to call the 6 degrees of executive presence. Kind of like that game, The 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon from back before. Those 6 degrees are actually states of being. And when you embody these states of being and people feel them, those are the types of things that inspire confidence that you will be able to lead in a particular situation. So it's being, not doing, that will inspire that confidence. As a preview, the 6 states of being are: be proactive, be resolute, have equanimity, stillness, be engaged, and the last one, which is kind of the most obvious one, confidence, right? Because if you don't have confidence in yourself, if you don't have a confident state, then good luck for anyone else to have confidence in you. So I'm really looking forward to sharing more on this with you, and we'll go over some practical ways that you can really apply this to sort of shift the way people feel about you and your executive presence. And you don't need to be an executive to have executive presence. Often it's someone who doesn't have the title who is the one that actually everyone wants to follow and believe and hope that the people with the title agree with the person, because they really have a strong feeling that, like, yeah, your title doesn't qualify you to do it. This person is the one that inspires confidence. We want to follow this guy or this gal. So thank you very much for your attention. I just have one favor to ask. If you get a chance and you enjoy this video, please subscribe to this channel. And if you want, click that bell, which will notify you when our next couple episodes come up. So you don't have to come back, you don't have to look for it, you don't have to check in. You'll just be notified automatically as each new Executive Presence Spotlight Series episode is published. And I'll publish these roughly about once a week. So thank you so much. My name is Joe Kwon, the Connection Counselor. Remember, you can change your life one connection at a time. Thank you. For more information about how to elevate your career, go to connectioncounselor.com for my blog, podcast, and free guides. If you'd like to find out more about how to make executive presence work for you or your team, email me at joe@connectioncounselor.com. Thank you.